Hello everybody, welcome to another deck profile. This time around I'm showing you my Gouki deck. This deck is a ton of fun if you're looking for a warrior combo deck, because that's not Infernal Knight, because most of your combos rely on you opening a Gouki normal summon and an extender, and then you just get to choose what kind of end board you want. There are some variations and there are tons of resources out there if you're looking to learn how to do some Gouki combos. But that's not what this video is about. This is just me showing you off my build. As you can see, I'm playing the Red Eyes package. I think that package is like really good because you can make it almost every time, assuming that your opponent doesn't like hand trap you. Specifically Averte, which even if they do, like, it doesn't matter, you still have like 4 or 5 interruptions. And if you don't want to play Dragoon, you can always play the Buster Lock package, which works just as well. You just lose an Omni Negate for an extra deck lockout, which is still very powerful. So, before we go into the deck, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let's get started with the main deck. So, for the main deck, I believe it is 45 cards because we are playing a lot of engine requirements that we don't want to draw, so it's, the math works out. Triple copies of Suplex. He is your best Gouki normal summon because he puts out an extra body on board, which will actually matter a ton. Then we have the double copies of Twist Cobra. Twist Cobra can help you beat over some other monsters without you having to use removal, which is really nice. And I try to search him very early into my combo because I like reborning him with the Gouki rematch because, like I said, his effect is actually really strong. Then for the one of Gouki, I'm playing the Gouki Iron Claw. He is usually the Isolde target if I already have the Twist Cobra in hand, just because he has a quick effect in hand, and it means that like he can also be normal summoned, unlike Gouki Bear Hug or even Rescorpio, which can conflict with some of your other cards. So I've been trying the one Gouki Iron Claw, and it's actually been working out pretty nice. For the Gouki extender, we have the double copies of Headbat, and this card is just really good because it's a Gouki that you can special summon, but the problem is that it's not that it breaks, it's rather that you'd rather open actual extenders because this extender in particular is searchable, because all of the Goukis, when they hit the graveyard, they can search a Gouki card, so you have very easy access to Gouki Headbat, so that's why I decided to just play that too, which is also like the common theory behind it. Anyway, for the level 1s, I'm playing double copies of Gouki Guts and double copies of Octo Stretch. I still like Octo Stretch a lot because I like the Battle Protection or the Burn that can help you sometimes, and Guts is just another level 1 Gouki, so it means that like now you have 2 level 1 Goukis to summon off your Isolde, so if you ever open one or the other, you can summon the other one off the Isolde, which is really nice. And also they help you make Link Rebo, which is very handy. For the Warrior Extenders, I'm playing double copies of Red Layer, along with, this is just like your, if you don't control any monsters, you special summon it, right? The reason why I'm playing double Red Layer is because he kind of sucks to open up in multiples, and I'm playing a ton of other extenders, so it's not like it's the only extender that I can play, and that's why I'm playing and I only choose to play 3. It's just that I play so many other ones that I want to, if I open multiple extenders, I don't want them to be the same ones. Also, the level doesn't matter because you're most likely going to be using it for link play, so junk forward, it's really up to you, but I just like Red Layer because I can search it off the Durendal. Then for the other extender, triple copies of Fireflame Lady. This is the best extender in the deck because it's just if you control a warrior, you special summon it, and there are some cool plays that you can do where if you have an additional Gouki in hand, you can tribute the Fireflame Lady and then special summon it. I do believe that locks you into warriors, but in the grind game, it can be really helpful. For some additional extenders, I'm playing the Blue Mountain Butterspy and the Infernal Knight Oliver. Butterspy is really nice to chain block your normal summon. You just normal summon Suplex, for example, and then you use Butterspy. The problem with Butterspy is that like it requires you to normal summon a warrior to use its effect, and it's a when. And that's the main reason why I'm only playing one. It's still nice, but you don't really need to see it like all the time. And the Oliver, I think, is really cool because he can equip himself to things from the graveyard to make them untargetable, and as an extender you just pitch an equip spell, like let's say for example the Phoenix Blade that you're going to be adding to your hand multiple times. You just pitch it, special summon the Oliver, and you have like an additional extender with a different name. For hand traps, I'm playing triple copies of Ash Blossom and triple copies of Effect Veiler. These just cover the most ground, and it's despite you being a combo deck, most of your combos, like I said, rely on you opening like 2 warriors and you have full combo. And then that way, if you can see at least one hand trap, it means that if you're going second, or if you're, trying to soften your opponent's board, having one of these can be really helpful. So I chose D6 because it just covered the most ground. For spells, 1 copy of Rhoda because it searches the entire deck. 1 copy of Hornet Drones because it's essentially another warrior that you can use for your Isolde play. Then, for some extenders, technically extender cards, I'm playing the 1 World Legacy Succession and the 1 Monster Reborn. These cards are super clutch because they help you continue playing the game. This deck can kind of play through interruption sometimes, but it's nice to just have these 2 cards in the deck to just help you play through more stuff, or to make your end board a little bit better, because the more disruptions that you can put out, the easier it will be to just win the game. For the best reborn card in the deck, we have the double copies of the Broken Gouki Rematch. Ideally, you use 1 for combo, and then you search 1 for the following turn, and then by then you should have enough gas on board to kill your opponent. But this card is just super broken because it's double Monster Reborn for your warriors, which is absolutely insane, and it's searchable. Literally every Gouki monster in your deck can search it. For some additional protection, I'm playing triple copies of Sky Striker Mecha Eagle Booster. I believe that you 100% have to play this card. The main choke point on your deck is your Isolde effect to send an equip spell to the graveyard to special summon a warrior. And the nice thing about it is that you can set it up so you always control the Isolde. So usually you want to try save some extenders like 5 Flint Lady, if you can already make the Isolde without it, because then if the opponent uses Gamma, or if the opponent uses Ash or Veiler or Imperm, you just chain the Eagle Booster and basically your Isolde resolves. And if the Isolde resolves, you then go into Apollousa, which stops any further disruption. So because Isolde is your biggest choke point, Eagle Booster becomes like one of the best defensive cards in your deck to help you keep comboing. It's almost like a Call by the Grave, but it just covers more ground. For the 2 equips, I'm playing the 1 Phoenix Blade and the 1 Durendal. Phoenix Blade is just broken. Like, this card is just so broken. It's always a free discard because you just banish warriors that you don't need and you pitch it for nightmares and other stuff. And Durendal is the equip spell that I chose to play because things like Living Fossil are just really nice because it's a Monster Reborn, right? But that's assuming that you have a warrior in the graveyard. Whereas Durendal can sort of act as a starter card because it can search you an extender. Like, if you go second, you equip Durendal to one of your opponent's monsters, you can search one of your extenders, which helps you play through, which helps you, makes your deck a little bit more consistent. Even going first, you can normal summon something, equip Durendal, search Fireflint Lady, and you have combo. So these cards are the best, equips in my opinion. For the engine requirements, we are playing the 1 copy of Codebreaker 0 Day. This card isn't a break because you can always summon it from the hand, deck, or graveyard, but you still have to play for your Codebreaker combo. It just sucks to draw a little bit, but it's not dead. It doesn't turn off your combo. It just means that the rest of your hand has to be really good. And then I'm also playing the PK package, the boots, the cloak, along with the Brigadine and the double fog blade. These cards are part of your Bardiche section of the combo, where you're going to Bardiche and, you foolish cloak, you search boots, you special boots, and then you have another body, and then depending on what you need, you can go for, you always set 1 fog blade, but you can always go for the Brigadine, and then depending on what you need, if you want to end on IP, for example, you search this, but if you want to end with a double fog blade, then you can do that. This package is just so versatile off the Bardiche because they help you sort of set up disruption for what you're playing against. So I think these cards are just really good, and I wouldn't really mess with those ratios. And then finally, the Dragoon package. You just have to play this because Dragoon is kind of busted. It's an Omni Negate for the deck, and you already have so much monster negation with the Apollousa and the Fog Blades, and just having an Omni Negate on top of that. And the discard is free because you have the Phoenix Blade, makes this package even more disgusting in Gouki. For the extra deck, I'm playing the Dragoon package, Verte Dragoon, just super good. Also helps you close out games very quickly because you're using the 2 normal monsters to do the double pop and then burn your opponent. And, the Verte is here to make things dark. Sometimes that can actually come up if you want to boost your Dragoon. Double copies of Isolde. I tried to play the deck with just the one, but then it was really nice to have the second one for follow-up, or just in case the first one gets like immediately like removed with some kind of disruption if you haven't activated the effect. It's just nice to have the second one. For Linkross, we have the Appaloosa, which is your negate. You usually make a 3-material Appaloosa very easily, and then from then on, most of your combo is safe. To kill off the opponent, we play the one Boral Sword. Also very easy to make because you have things like Rematch, and you have like the Verte on the following turn. So that way you just turn those things into Boral Sword and you just kill your opponent very, very easily. For Link 3s, I'm playing the Rusty Bardish to, cycle through all of your PKs in one go and set up even more disruption, which is really nice. And then if the Fog Blade's on the graveyard, you can banish it, special summon the Bardish, and you have a 21 beater on the field, which is nice. And then I'm also playing the Draco Masters of the Tenyi. So this card is really nice to have in your deck if you get Nibiru and you have enough extenders, because you can turn the token into a Link Spider and then go into Draco Masters, and you essentially trade off the Appaloosa for like double Fogblade and Dragoon, which is still 3 interruptions, which is a lot for some decks. And so just having this card in your deck means that you can kind of play through interruption, and you can basically you have a Link 3 that has the 3 arrows pointing down for your code breakers, which the code breakers are just so absurd, but they're so absurd, except like not every deck can abuse it, but they're still insane. So having a Link 3 with the 3 arrows pointing down makes the code breakers just even more insane. Speaking of which, the 2 code breakers, the Virus and the Swordsman and the Berserker, you go into this one, and then this one summons the code 0 day, you link them away, go into this one brings both of them back, and then you use these 2 to go into Bardiche, and then you have the level 4 on field that you can use for rank 4 or for an additional link play. But yeah, these cards are just good. This one is also really good going second because you can pop back row up to the number of codebreaker monsters on the field, so you can usually pop like 3 cards, which is nice. And then for some utility, we have the Nightmare Unicorn and the Phoenix. I tried playing the deck without the Phoenix, and then I really needed it sometimes, and because you have the free pitch off the Phoenix Blade, it makes the card even more insane, and the same thing goes for the Unicorn. But the Unicorn is just really good because you have the IP, so you can make a Unicorn on your opponent's turn, which is really, really strong against things like Zodiac, because if they normal summon a Zoo monster, you just spin it back into the deck and they can go into double a Zeus. And you can also do the same thing with Phoenix if you need to pop a back row. And then finally for the Link ones, we have the Link Rebo and the Link Spider. This is if you get Nibiru, you turn the Nibiru into a token, but you can also use it to turn the Shade Brigadier into an effect monster to then go into Dragoon. So you essentially have like this card is just a lot of utility. And the Linkross is also really nice because it turns any of your level 1 Gouki monsters into a dark monster along with the Fireflint Lady. So if you ever need to make Bardiche relatively early, you just go into, you turn one of your PKs into Linkross and you can make Bardiche that way. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck. If you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.